Hey everybody, it's Liz from As You Wish, and I'm here to talk to you guys today about how to grow your following, increase your reach, and keep your audience engaged on Facebook. So I'm very excited to be here with you all today, and we are going to jump right in and get started. So bear with me as I have never done a class like this before, so I'm using a separate website and everything. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so first, I'm Liz. I work for the wonderful As You Wish Pottery. I have been with them for many years, and I have been running their marketing for about 4 years probably, and have learned a lot and failed and won and all kinds of things on Facebook. So today I just kind of want to share some of the things that have worked for me and maybe some of the things that haven't worked for me. And this may be the same for you guys and it may be different, because we're all kind of unique in our own situations. So that being said, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the Facebook algorithm and what that is. So the algorithm controls the ordering process and presentation of posts so users see what is most relevant to them. So basically, at a certain point, probably a couple of years ago, Facebook made the switch from publishing content chronologically to posts and ads being presented based on what Facebook sees as meaningful content and interaction. So they want to promote human connection and discourage kind of like isolated media consumption. So the algorithm controls the order and presentation of the posts. So users see what is most relevant to them and is going to give them the best experience online. So some of the factors that play into the algorithm are how recently your post was published, how frequently the publisher is posting content, the number of likes, comments, and shares on the post, how often the user has interacted with the page, past user interaction with the same post type, on and on and on. So there's all these factors that go into how your post is then put out into the online world. So now that we kind of know a little bit more about what the algorithm is and how that works, that kind of gives us some parameters in terms of what we're creating and what we're putting out there. So the next thing we're going to talk about is growing your following. So before we get into this, I want to just say that it's not always about having the biggest following or like crazy reach or anything like that. What you really are aiming for here is to have a saturated group of people who will take valuable action, who want to engage with you rather than like a billion people who maybe some of them do and some of them don't. This is more like you have 100 people and they all love you and they all want to hear from you and they all want to talk to you. So really we're trying to get a group of people who are our tribe, who want to engage with us and hear what we have to say, and they want to know what the next thing coming out is. So that's really our goal here, is not to have 1 million followers or have 1 million comments or shares or any of that stuff. It's having valuable engagement, valuable interaction with our people. So the first thing that I want to share with you guys in terms of growing your following is utilizing the Facebook like button, or the invite button, I'm sorry. This is something that has been incredibly valuable to me over all the years that I've been doing this, and I still do this every single day, and it's very helpful. So I wanted to show you guys here on just an organic post what that looks like. You'll get a notification and it'll say, for example, Barbara Moran likes As You Wish Pottery's post. Help her see future posts by inviting her to like your page. So she's not a fan of our page. Somehow she's seen this content and she's liked it. So now we can invite her to also like our page. So if you click on that notification, it'll open up a screen that looks like this. It'll show you everyone who has liked your post, and then it will show you everyone you can invite to like your page if they have already not. So you can see that there are 2 that I have already invited that have not accepted. There's somebody that does like our page already, and then I can invite anyone else who has not been invited. So this works really well. If you have under 100,000 followers, you can do this. And you'll be surprised at the number of people who will like your posts without actually being a fan of your page or following you on your page. And then all it takes is for you to click the invite button. And I would say at least maybe half of the time people will accept your invites pretty quickly, and you'll see your page following and likes go up pretty fast. So yeah, I learned this a long time ago. That's something that's been incredibly valuable to me. I highly encourage you all to do that. And then it can also be incredibly beneficial when you're paying for an ad. So on this next slide, if it goes, this was a post that I ran an ad for. So it has a significant number of likes on it and a significant number of people who did not like our page already. And we're going to talk a little bit more about audiences and paying to play and stuff like that coming up. But I just wanted to show you. So there were 415 likes on this post, which is that's huge for us. For As You Wish, that's huge. So I'm able to go in and click here, and it's going to pull up all 415 people, and I can go through and invite all of those people to like our page, which I have done, and I do obsessively, like I said. So when you put money on something and you're getting it in front of eyeballs that haven't seen you before, and they're engaging with your content, it is just a really good idea to invite them to like your page so that they can see more and more of your content in the future. Another thing you guys can do to increase your following or grow your following is to cross promote your social media channels. So I don't do this a whole lot, and so I don't have a ton of examples for you guys, which is kind of whack, but this is what we have on our website here. So this is kind of cross-promoting all of our social channels and saying, pop over here and visit us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, Pinterest. And then again, down here, this is on the bottom of all of our emails. So we're cross-promoting mostly through our website and through our email marketing for, sorry, I'm getting distracted by comments. Thank you for the birthday wishes, everyone. It's very nice. It's my birthday. Yay. So cross-promoting is a good thing you can do. You can post on your social media channels and say, hey, come over to Instagram, check out our Instagram page. We're running a contest, or we're doing this or that, or, this is what we offer over here on Instagram. This is what we talk about. This is what we share about. This is what we do on Facebook. Get your people to engage with all of your channels. And then if you're specifically trying to grow your following on one channel, then you can use those other channels to kind of leverage that and help you grow your following there. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is brand advocates. So brand advocates are those customers who actively champion your brand and influence the buying habits of others. So brand advocates are your biggest cheerleaders. And when I say advocates, those are typically not paid influencers. We're going to talk about both of those things, but an advocate is just somebody who loves you without, being paid or without any incentive. They just love your brand and they want to share about it and they want to talk about it. And sometimes those people have big followings and big pushes, and that can be really, really good for your brand. So this is Kelly. She is I'm not even sure if she still works for us, but she was or is currently maybe still an employee. She's from California. And she's worked for As You Wish for a few years now, but she has recently, in the last, I would say, year or so, really, really, really blown up on social media. She does a lot of acrylic pouring, and she has she's gained a huge following from that. And she still shows love to As You Wish all the time, and that really helps us out because she gets 5,000 likes, for example, on this photo, and she didn't really say anything about As You Wish in her post. She just tagged her location where she was. And then just said some nice stuff about making art and wanting to see and share other people's art and share her art. And then she did a little video here and said that she came in to paint on her day off. And that video had 788,000 views. So that's pretty awesome. So Kelly has a following of 180,000 people. So we've done some other contests and things with her because she has a huge social push. She has a lot of social clout. And her customers are very much like our customers. They love DIY, getting creative, doing stuff like that. So that's a really good relationship that we have with Kelly, and she is an awesome brand advocate for us. Another thing is using paid influencers. So we have used paid influencers a number of times. We don't do it super frequently. And then fortunately for us, we have malls that are super supportive in terms of marketing. Some of our malls are super supportive in terms of marketing. So oftentimes they'll get an influencer to come to the mall and kind of shop at multiple locations and talk about their experience. And so that's what this was here. And she's talking about, for the sake of time, I won't play this for you guys, but she's just talking about As You Wish is still open. They're doing to go. I'm going to go in and pick out some stuff to take home, and they're going to do all this. And it kind of explains the process to them. There was like 4 more stories after that I didn't include in here. But she also has a ton of eyeballs on her socials. So she has 137,000 followers. So she doesn't love us as much as Kelly does, but she's at least getting, the information about who we are, what we do, and how fun it can be out to her followers, who are probably mostly moms and, looking for things to do, especially now. So brand advocates and paid influencers are also really great. Another thing that I wanted to mention too is that aside, like, we don't know who our customers are. And we don't know what kind of social following they have. We don't know if they have 100 followers or 100,000 followers or 500,000 followers. There's been a number of times where people have come in and then posted about it after the fact, and I will creep on their Instagram and see that they have like 750,000 followers. I'm like, oh my gosh. So you never know what you're going to get, and you never know what kind of social clout our customers are having. So just keep that in mind, because they will often share about a bad experience faster than they'll share about a good experience. But we would love for them to share about the good experience too. So definitely utilize those things to increase your following as well.
Pottery, they give you colors, everything. Pottery, they give you.
I messed with that plenty of times today and still didn't get it right. Okay, anyway, so now we're going to move on to the promote your page ad. So this is a way to get your Facebook page in front of more eyeballs. So people who don't know about you can get to know who you are and hopefully like your page so that they can continue to learn about you and build a relationship with you. And this is all done through the Ad Center on the Facebook page. And I believe that I show you guys that here. So at the very top of your Facebook notification bar, there should be a little Ad Center there. And if you click into that, this is what we're gonna get. And what we're gonna want to do here is promote our page. We want to get more page likes. That's really what we're after. So placing ads this way is a little bit simpler on the one hand, but offers a little bit less in terms of targeting and details and things like that when you're working on the ads manager side. So I'm kind of out of touch with where everyone's at in terms of like, are you guys using Ad Center? Are you using Ads Manager? I don't really know where everyone's at with that. And so I didn't want to like go too deep into the Ads Manager side of things and like overwhelm people. So we're going to focus on the Ad Center part of this for right now. But we are going to talk a little bit about audiences and Ads Manager and some of the benefits that come with that. So if you don't have Ads Manager, that's totally fine. You can still do this through your main Facebook page. And I think it's a good place to start if you don't have any experience with Facebook ads. And once you're a little bit more comfortable with these options, then you can, move over to Ads Manager if that's what you want to do. So we're going to do a quick walkthrough of this, and we're going to navigate to here first. And then once we click the promote your page ad, I think I have a little, click Ad Center, click promote your page. And then it's going to bring up what is on the left side of the screen, and it kind of auto populates an ad for you. So it pulls in maybe some information from your website, it grabs your cover photo or whatever you've got going on, and sort of builds out the ad for you. If you want to, you can edit it. So I wanted to edit it. I wanted to try using a different image. I've used this image enough times. It doesn't really do anything crazy for me. So I wanted to try something different. I wanted to use different words in my caption. So I went ahead and made some changes there. That's completely up to you guys whether or not you want to do that. So now that we've kind of changed the look of the ad, changed the copy on the ad, now we're going to talk about who we want to see this ad. And there are a couple of different options that you can use. So you can see there's an option here for people that you choose through targeting. There's an option here for custom audiences. And then it lists out some of the custom audiences that I have already created. So you guys are going to learn about audiences for a minute. So back here, when we talk about a targeted audience or a saved audience, that is, let me see, I added more slides here, guys. I really tried to make this better than it was last time, but I was short on time, so bear with me. So let's see what my notes say here. There's a couple different ways to set up audiences. You're far more limited when utilizing Facebook's Ad Center as opposed to when you're using Ads Manager. So we're going to talk about audiences that you can create within Ads Manager, since it also covers the audiences that you can create on the Ad Center. So we'll have targeted audience or saved audiences, custom audiences, and lookalike audiences. So this slide here is showing you how to access your audiences from the Ad Center. So this is not through Ads Manager, this is through the Ad Center. So if that's what you're using, this is what it will look like for you. And then if you are using Ads Manager, this is how you would navigate to your audiences within Ads Manager. So first I want to talk about a saved audience. This is an audience that has not interacted with your business before. So these are just random people that you're choosing through targeting. I want to target people who live in my area, who are between this age and this age, who are interested in this, who are of this gender, who, la-di-da, whatever your parameters are that you're wanting to, put in there, that's where you would put all of that in there. It would create an audience for you, and then it would push your ad out to people who match the criteria that you have included. You can build this out, like I said, through the audience section of your Ads Manager or your Ad Center, or you can do this while you're creating your ad. So when you're doing the promote your page ad, there will be a space within that you can input all of this information. You don't have to bop over to your audiences, create it there, then go back. Like, you can do it all in while you're building out your ad if you're wanting to use a saved or targeted audience. Hopefully that makes sense. So for the promote your page ad, that's what we're going to do. We are going to use a saved or targeted audience. And you guys can see here, I've got some California locations in here. I've got it excluding people that like As You Wish pottery. So I don't want people who like my page to see my like my page ad, right? So I don't want people who already follow me to see that, so I can exclude them. I'm sure some of you have heard me say, and I've gotten some smack for it in the past, but I typically I put my money on women. I put my money on advertising to women. So in most of my ads, you'll see that it will say that I'm targeting women. And then these are my interest parameters that I have here. So crafts, ladies' night, child development, DIY, family, parents of preschoolers, parents of kids this age, parents of kids this age, and that's kind of what my saved audience looks like and who I'm going to push this page-like ad out to. So another thing I wanted to share with you guys, which is just a cool piece of information in my opinion, and doesn't really apply to the promote your page ad, is a custom audience. So a custom audience typically comes from people who have already interacted with your business. So you can, with a custom audience, I believe you can set it up from like your email lists. You can set it up from web traffic. You can set it up from some other things. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's very, very cool. And even if you don't use Ads Manager, you could still, that's not what I wanted to say, guys. I wanted to say if you don't have a Facebook pixel, which I'm just getting ahead of myself. So let me back it up and slow down just a little bit. Facebook uses data to match people to your existing audience by behavior. So when we create a custom audience, Facebook can create a lookalike audience based off of that audience. So it's essentially you're giving it a warm audience, and it's taking that and creating a new audience for you to talk to, people who are more likely wanting to interact and engage with your business. They match up somehow and show some way that they would be interested in what you have to offer. So you can create a lookalike audience from any of your custom audiences, and even create a lookalike from your Facebook following. So you can take the totality of the people that like your page, and Facebook will create an audience that looks just like that. So that means that those people are likely to become your customers, right? Because it's basing that off of people who already are your customers. So here's what creating an audience looks like. It will ask you to choose your source. Okay, so it's on my slide, everything I was trying to say. You can create your custom audiences from your web traffic. If you have a Facebook pixel, you can create it from a customer list. So if you have a list of customer emails, which I think is extremely valuable, you can upload that into Facebook. It will create an audience of those email addresses for you, to which you can then also create a lookalike. App activity, I don't use. I don't really know what that is. And then I don't use offline activity either. So you guys will have to go to someone more expert than I am if you want to utilize those functions. So if anything, I encourage you guys to at least upload your email list into the audiences and create a lookalike from that, and also to create a lookalike from your following, the following of your page. So hopefully that makes sense. I got a little bit jumbled there, but I'm doing my best. Let's see, where are we? Okay. So I actually ran this ad. Oh, this is showing you guys where you can create your lookalike from your following. So it just shows you the steps to go to audience, go to lookalike, and then you can select the source of where you're creating your lookalike from. And I have tons and tons of custom lists, so I can go in and create a lookalike for any of those lists. Okay, so for the promote your page ad, I used two different audiences, and this one is a targeted audience, a saved audience. So this one is for, and I actually ran like 4 or 5 of these. So these are just 2 that I pulled that were for, I believe, Phoenix. The last one I showed you guys was for California. So this is, we're using this location. I believe it's designated market area. I don't know, something like that. Big area of Phoenix. We're going to exclude people who like As You Wish Pottery, because we don't want people who like our page to like our page again. We don't want to waste money on them seeing our ad. And then those same parameters there. Then over here, we have our lookalike audiences. So this is a lookalike of all the people that like As You Wish Pottery, and then a lookalike of our complete email list from August of 2018. So probably need to get that updated. And then what areas this is going to, and again, excluding anybody that likes As You Wish Pottery. So just to kind of see which one performs better. And I can already gather that probably the lookalike audience one is going to get more likes, because Facebook knows that those are people who are more likely to like or engage with your page. So let's see how they did. This is for the duration of your ad. So how long you want to run your ad. Somewhere down the line of me learning, somebody told me that I should be leaving my ads open-ended and not selecting a schedule date. And I don't know that I can explain to you guys why that is, but that's kind of how I've been running my ads for the last long while, is I just leave them open-ended. And when I'm ready to turn them off, I turn them off. So this one is just open-ended, runs continuously for $2 a day. And I think I let this run for maybe 10 days. I spent like 20 bucks on this. So now we're going to look at the results. This ad was the one that went out to our targeted audience. I made a few changes like throughout the way here. I changed out the picture, and I don't think I messed with the words very much, but I kind of was changing the picture just to see if it would make a difference, if it would gain likes faster. So this one had an overall of 29 page likes. So we gained 29 page likes from this ad. We reached 800 people, and I spent $18. So I think that's pretty great for 30 new followers, 30 new potential customers that I can communicate with, build a relationship with, and hopefully sell to. So this was the other one. that went out to the lookalike audience. So this one did do better. This one performed better. I spent a little bit more, 1976, and this one got 38 page likes. So they were, I mean, they weren't drastically different. This one outperformed the other one, but still, in total, we got like almost 100 followers, right, for $40. So that's really, really good. So I would encourage you guys to check out the promote your page ad and kind of mess around in the ad center if you don't really have a lot of experience, advertising on Facebook or paying to play. So the next thing we're going to talk about is increasing your reach. So now that we've done all of that work to gain followers and get page likes, we know that only about 6% of our total following is actually seeing our posts, which is a big bummer, but that's why you got to pay to play. So let's talk about some ways that we can increase the reach organically without having to pay to play first. So the first thing is when to post. This is like, you'll hear different stuff from everyone on this. My position is kind of that there is no best time. Like, it's what's the best time for you? What's the best time for your followers? What's the best time for your customers? When are they online? When are they engaging? When are they doing stuff online? That's where you want to be at. You want to be in front of your people's eyes. You can read articles and they'll tell you should post on, Thursdays between 1 and 3 o'clock. You get higher engagement then, or whatever. But if you think about it in terms of like, if all of us in the industry are posting at the same time, I mean, and we don't all have the same customers, so but theoretically, if we're all posting at the same time, we're going to overload with content, and only some of the content is going to get seen. So if you're posting at the height of when the best time to post is for everybody, you're going to probably get lost in the shuffle if you don't have like massive social clout. So you want to kind of analyze your insights and your people and figure out, when are they online? What are they doing? When should I be posting? So you guys can utilize your Facebook Insights for that. That again is at the top of your notifications bar. And if you just click the Insights, it will bring you to just that. And you can click on posts to see when your best time to post is. So this is telling me that it's the best for me to post around 8 p.m. That's when my followers are really online. That's when they're taking action. That's when they're doing stuff. So I should be posting around 8 p.m. Do I always follow that? No, that's just me. Some people might disagree with me. I don't, I'm kind of all over the place too. Like, consistency is key, but you guys know, just like I do, we get so busy. We have so many hats on. We have so many things to do that it doesn't always work out that way. So this is at least a good guideline for you to let you know, hey, if you're not sure, try this time. And you can play with other times and see how that works. And you might find that your followers are online more than just 8 o'clock at night. They might be on in the morning too. You never know. So when to post is a big one. And then posting with purpose. So there's no right answer or golden rule here. Facebook is working to care more about its users as it wants to continuously improve their experience with high quality and relevant content. So Facebook with the new, which isn't really that new, a couple years or whatever, it's constantly changing, but it's changing to emphasize quality over quantity. So rather than posting every single day or 5 times a day or, whatever that looks like, of just whatever images that don't really have an impact, aren't really making anybody feel any type of way or want to take action or anything like that. What are you really doing? Like, you want to have one post that hits hard, that makes people go, oh my God, wow, I want that, or I want to do that, or I want to share that with my friend, or oh my gosh, so-and-so has to see this, or stuff like that. So it is really, really important to me and for our brand that we have really, really good looking images that just make you feel like, yeah, that looks nice. Your visual content, in my opinion, is super important. So publishing low quality images and videos could harm your brand reputation and make you look unprofessional. We've recently started planning out all of our shoots. And I don't know if you guys all know this, but I'm not working with Michaela anymore, which is super sad. But she was like my right hand and my teammate, and we had such an awesome system for photo shoots going on. And I haven't really been keeping up with that lately because she hasn't been here. But anyways, we kind of started by putting together a bunch of props. We have a shelf in the back, and we have like a sack of flour, and we have, you know, like random spaghetti and like little placemats and candlesticks and anything that we can find. Like we would go out to Goodwill every once in a while and just like grab all these random things and not spend a ton of money, but get some really cool props that we could use over and over again. We can spray paint them if we want to change them or whatever. And then I have just some shelves in the back that we keep our pottery on, extra shelves, and I just lay those out and do a flat lay, and, you know, just something to make it a little bit more exciting than just like on the counter, you know? So I'm always looking for that, like, oh yes, that feels so good. That feels really good. That feels professional. That feels like I want to see that on someone else's Instagram feed. So that's kind of what I'm looking for when I'm creating content to post. Doesn't always work out that way, but I really try to make it happen. So focus on posting consistently. I think that should be about once a day. I don't even always adhere to that. If anybody pays attention, you guys, like I said, things have just been crazy and have been changing so much that, you know, it's hard to stick to our routines and schedules, you know, when the world is like a completely different place. So if posting once a day is too much for you, then just post post when it matters. Really, honestly, post when it matters. That's what I say, but that's just my opinion. I'm sure lots of people will disagree with me. And just more than anything, just make sure you're offering value in your posts, even if your picture isn't beautiful, you know, like make sure that whatever you're saying in the comment is a value, or you're giving value or a solution to your customer in some kind of way, that it's not just like a random picture that, you know, you're throwing out there. So, yeah, so that's that. The next thing I want to talk about is you will kill your reach on Facebook if you put text in your images. It is the worst thing ever, and I struggled with it for such a long time because I love to put text in my images for some reason. It just feels right, like, and Facebook hates you for it and doesn't want you to do it at all. So here's an example of two different posts. Unfortunately, I don't have the reach number for them, but I can tell you that the one that had all the text on it, it doesn't go anywhere. Facebook won't show it to anybody. Barely anyone will see it. I'll have under 10 likes on it. I'll have no engagement. Nobody will see it. I think it looks great. I think it makes the information easy to read. It's all right there. It's big, contrasty. I think it's great. Facebook disagrees. No. So don't put text in your images. Use that for like email marketing. Use that for stories. Use that for other stuff. Don't put it in your posts. Just don't. You'll thank me. You'll be rewarded for not doing that. You'll get more reach out of your posts, I promise. So no text. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is video. And this was one that I wanted to update, but I really didn't. Sorry, you guys, my hair is like such a mop and crazy. I didn't have time to update this. So this is a really old video, and I'm sorry about that, but it still performed really well. And I want to share that with you guys because I like have a thing about lives. Like I just hate them. I'm like, they don't work. They don't do anything. And like, as I was putting this presentation together originally, I'm like, wow, I'm like eating my words as I'm putting this together, going like, wow, this actually really does work. So you don't know what you're talking about. So if you guys look, you can see that I had only 13 peak live viewers. So only 13 people were tuned in when I was actually live. And the average watch time was only 11 seconds. But look at the reach. It's crazy. 13,000. That's so crazy to me. And that's all organic. I didn't put an ad on this or anything. It had 52 likes. It had 19 comments and 6 shares. So that was some really great engagement as well. So like I have to eat my words. Like this really did do well, and we should do more stuff like this. I don't know. People seem to really like it. Have I done it since then? No. We'll see. Hopefully, I'll get to it. Another thing that works well is just native video. So native video is just any video that you upload from your device. So if you film something on your phone, and then you upload it to Facebook from your phone, that's considered to be native video. Facebook really, really likes that and will reward you for that. It will not reward you for linking from YouTube or anything like that. So I would encourage you guys, if you're going to post something on YouTube, cool, upload it to YouTube. Also upload it to Facebook. Don't share the link from YouTube on Facebook. Just upload it directly to Facebook, and that will help you. This was just like a boomerang of the Sgraffito technique that we were showing because we had a class upcoming. And it had a good reach of 2,200. It had a lot of likes on it, not that many comments or shares, but it had 29 link clicks. So also what I'm noticing is that I get a lot of people clicking on the links in videos. So maybe more so often than they are on just a regular, like a photo post or something like that. So to me, 29 link clicks over to this summer classes link is a win for me. The fact that I got 29 people to come over to my website and check out what I was talking about, and potentially get into their little brains and get them excited, and maybe they'll buy something. So that was a win there, I thought. This is an example of another kind of video. This is just a slideshow. So this is just videos all strung together, pictures to make a slideshow, and it's just advertising birthday parties. And I won't bore you guys and make you watch it. It's, just pictures. But nevertheless, again, this had an ad on it. So I don't know if I don't know, I maybe put a reach ad on this or something. So this isn't truly organic metrics here. There was some money on this at some point. But still, again, 41 link clicks. That's 41 people that came over to birthday party information, and birthday party sales for us are huge. So that's awesome, I think. This is events. One thing I did want to tell you guys too is, because I didn't really share anything about like the live videos that we've been doing lately, like since March, we started doing the virtual classes and that kind of thing. And those videos, they really are great for engagement. We're not selling anything on those videos. There's no link on the video or anything like that. It's just there as an instructional for our customers to use if they want to paint the class or, whatever. So it does really good because people are commenting throughout the video and liking and, sending hearts and all the fun things. So that really, really, really helps your engagement. So I would encourage you guys to continue doing those if you are doing them, or maybe try doing them if you're not doing them, to increase your engagement. Events. Posting events is another thing that I have been doing pretty diligently, and I would say more inconsistently lately. But for a while I was doing really good with it. And I feel like it makes a huge difference in my reach and engagement. The reach is so crazy to me on these events. So, and these were ones that more than others. It's not like every single event that we put out there is this, these were events that customers were really, really excited about. So 26.6 thousand people, like, whoa, what? Are you kidding? 358 ticket clicks? Like, oh my gosh. Sometimes our events will blow up so much that there will be scammer people on there, trying to scam customers into buying tickets. It's crazy. So posting events has definitely helped reach and engagement, and even followers, because when you post those events, it's getting in front of Facebook, showing it to people. Hey, this is going on in your area. You might like this. You might like attending this event. You might like doing this. Check it out. And they might click and like it. And then you can invite them. And then it helps when people are like, oh my God, tag, you got to see this. Let's do this. Let's go paint this thing together and take this class, So there's all kinds of commenting and engaging going on within the post as well. So posting events are very, very good. So usually we put all of this stuff up on our website too. So I kind of have to write out the description and all the things and la-di-da. So when I go to put in the Facebook events, I usually just pull all of that information over, so I don't have to reinvent the wheel and do that all over again, but just so that it lives on Facebook. Then also, if you guys are in malls, and you can see it here. It doesn't tell you, but it says public. It's hosted by As You Wish Pottery, Norterra Studio, and 2 others. As You Wish Pottery Parent is one of them, and then likely the shops at Norterra, the mall is also one of them. So we work together on social medias. We co-host the events. We get them to, accept it, and then they share it on their Facebook. They talk about it on their social media channels, and it I think it helps make it appear more reputable when we're saying, yeah, cool, Desert Ridge is with us on this, or that they recognize those mall names, maybe before they'll recognize yours. So posting events is extremely valuable, I think, and I think you guys should definitely give it a whirl if you're not doing that already. Another way to increase your reach is with organic post targeting. So I don't do a ton of this. I do this by location more than anything, because we have stores in 3 states. So if I'm posting, like yesterday, I posted something about Arizona customers being able to make reservations for painting in studio. And so I went in and targeted it to that location so that it, why do my California customers need to see that? Or, when it's location specific information, I try to target those locations only. So you guys, we used to be able to do this right from Facebook, main Facebook. So now I don't know if you guys, let me answer some of these questions really quick, you guys. Sorry. Let's see. Facebook. Do I feel like our instructional videos help as far as sales go? Yeah, I mean, right now I do. I think that the customers are definitely looking for, there are some customers who are willing to come in, and there are some customers who are not. And so I think they like having the virtual instruction video to go along with it. So they're essentially getting, as close to the same experience that they can get in the studio at home. So I definitely feel like we would be hurting more if we were not offering those to-go classes and the virtual instructor. Jessica asks, how far in advance do you post an event on Facebook? Ideally, probably like a month or two, probably 2 months. That's usually where I'm at with my scheduling. So I just finished creating our September calendar. So I'm usually, and I was again off track because we had to pivot and change everything due to COVID. So I was planning things like day by day at that point instead of 2 months out, because I had no idea what tomorrow was going to look like. So I'm trying to get myself back on that schedule. And like my July events, I posted those like a week before they happened. And then, so, now I have my August events up there. I have my September events up there. So I would say as much time as you can give it, you know what I mean? Like the more eyeballs you can get on it, the more you can get it circulating, the more you can get people talking about it and excited about it, the better it's going to be for you, So, 2 months and 4 with 3 days. I don't know what that means. Maybe you post them 2 months and then people fill up like within the last 3 days. That happens to us a lot too. I'm not sure if that's what you mean, but like we tend to put things out very far in advance, and then we still have tons and tons of last minute people that sign up. So what I was saying about this is you used to be able to do this right from your normal Facebook feed, and I don't think that you can anymore. And now there's this like Facebook has like 26 arms and legs, and it's the craziest thing. I feel like every month I get on and there's like a new business manager, ads manager, creator studio, Facebook for developers. Like there's like 1,000 arms and legs of Facebook. It's crazy. I don't understand why we're not just like all here in one thing. So they've created this creator studio platform now. Okay. Painted Color says we post 3 months out and they fill the first 3 days. That's good. I would keep doing that just to show your other eyeballs that, people are into it and they got to get on it fast. It's that sense of urgency and that fear of missing out. I think that's really, really good. So Creator Studio, pop. Let's see if I can manage to share with you guys what Creator Studio looks like. I don't know how it'll go for me. Let's see. I have another window here. Yay. All right. So This is Creator Studio. So this is now where you go to schedule all your posts. You can upload videos here. And I'm not trying to be like, I know all the things about Creator Studio. Like, I'm very new to it still. Sometimes when a new arm pops up, I'm like, oh my gosh, now I have to learn this. Like, that's gonna take some time. But just for posting and things like that, it's pretty easy to figure out. So and the biggest bonus here that I'm excited to be able to share with you guys is that this is also connected to Instagram, and you can schedule your Instagram posts now through Creator Studio, which is super amazing. So yeah, any of you guys that are using like a Hootsuite or like a third party, I don't know if you guys have heard me talk before, but I am like anti all of those third party posting platform things. I think that also hurts your reach, and like the organic nature of your post. So now you can go into Creator Studio and do that without any consequence, which is super awesome, because that has been something that I feel like the Instagram world has been asking for a very, very long time. So if you guys are going to make a post, you just come up here, you click create a post, you can add story, you can upload video, you can do a number of things from here. I just want to create a post. And it's essentially the same as creating a post from your timeline. But you find all of those additional features that you had. They are now here within Creator Studio. So hopefully you guys can see this down at the bottom where it says public. I just click that. And then that's where you can access your newsfeed targeting. So then you can click this and it'll bring up this little targeting thing, sort of like the saved audience that we went over. And you can kind of choose who you want your post to be shown to within your following. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, that is pretty much Creator Studio. You can look at everything you've ever posted. You can look at all of your insights, your reach, all the things. You can repost from here. You can filter out your post types to see your videos, your lives, your photo posts, whatever. So all of that is sort of centrally located here, and I have more learning to do about that. So that's really all I can share with you guys. But there are definitely tools on that side that I would encourage you to check out. More than anything, the Instagram scheduling is super awesome. So do the post targeting. Use Creator Studio to do it. If you need to target your posts specifically, if you know, like, oh, I have customers who are parents, but who are also, college students, like, you might want to target differently to them. Like, if you're talking about having kids and finding something to do, like, the college kids don't care about that, right? They don't have kids. They're looking for something fun for them to do. Like, you might not want to send the same message to those two different groups of customers. So that's another place where your targeting can come into play, and you can target by interest, age, and all those kinds of things. So cool. And then last, we're going to talk about engagement. Cool, we're doing good on time. Awesome. I was a little worried. So people want to feel like they're part of your community. That's what social media is all about, is, having this engagement and this community. To build on that, you have to interact with people. The more you engage, the more of a connection they're going to feel to your brand. The more conversation happening on your posts, it will undoubtedly increase the reach, because Facebook is recognizing that, like, people are having a conversation, and that's quality content to them. They're enjoying it, and it's sparking a conversation. So Facebook will reward you if you are commenting in real time and talking to your people on your posts and things like that. So I again, I'm not the greatest at it. I try to reply to people. Sometimes it's hard when people are like, oh my god, cute, and you're like, yeah, thanks. I don't know. So Michaela was really good at replying to people, and she would think of a longer sentence and a way to thank people. So sometimes you have to be creative with your replies, because I think she told me that she read somewhere that like thanks and quick little like emoji replies and things like that sometimes don't count as engagement. I don't know about that for sure, but I mean, I would believe it. So it's just kind of how they know that you're like like baiting or like engagement baiting somehow. Like Facebook knows that you're doing that by like the language that you're using. Jessica has a question. She says, how have you been running classes during COVID? I'll answer that at the end for you, Jessica, if we have a couple minutes left over. I just have a couple more slides, so I just want to get through those with you guys. The next thing like we were talking about is replying to comments. So sometimes that can make or break if you gain new followers. Like people will go in and look at your social and they'll check out who you are, how you talk, what you say, how you reply, how do you reply in a good situation, how do you reply in a bad situation. Like there's people who will delete bad comments, and sometimes I want to do that and sometimes I don't, because I want people to see how we handle an upset customer or someone who has had a bad experience or whatever the issue may be. Like it's good for people to see your human nature and see that, like, yeah, not everything is perfect here all the time, but like we do what we can to make it the best that it can be. So somebody might look at your social and go, wow, they never reply to anyone. They never say thanks. They never do anything. They don't talk to anyone. Like, what's the point of being here? Like I'm not going to follow them. So make sure that you're replying to comments, you're engaging with people, you're talking with them. Make sure it's like within a timely response. And, but even still, if it's like 2 days have gone by and you haven't replied back, still reply back. It's like, if you do it instead of don't do it at all. But this shows your fans that you're actively engaged with them, and you're giving them a reason to comment on posts, because they know that you're going to interact with them, you're going to share, you're going to talk, you're going to recognize them. So replying to comments is a big one. You can also try ending your posts with a question. This sparks conversation and gives your audience a reason to comment. Again, like be careful here in terms of baiting. Like Facebook is pretty wise to tell us a lot of, they know when you're really trying to get engagement or get likes or get shares. That's why when you do contests and stuff, you shouldn't, for likes, for whatever, like you shouldn't do that, because Facebook knows. So you can end your post with a question that's relevant, to whatever your post is about. Essentially, you can also run a contest. And that was one that we did where we asked a question. And the Game of Thrones one was really, really successful for us and super fun too, because, well, I watched Game of Thrones. Not everyone did, Michaela, but I did. And I loved it. And so it was really fun to see. We asked everyone how they thought the show would end. And it was really fun to see all the different answers that people gave. We got quite a bit of engagement, and it was fun to give it to someone who was really, really excited to get it. But yeah, lots of comments, lots of likes, lots of shares, all that kind of stuff. And just by asking a question, it wasn't like you have to like this post to win. Like you just have to tell us how you think it's going to end. So be clever by way of, getting people to chat with you and getting people to talk to you. So yeah, contest. And then we did this one with Kelly. So Kelly, who we were talking about, the brand ambassador earlier, we did a contest with her here. So this is a great way to do all of those things, to gain more followers, to increase your reach, and to increase engagement. So she's saying, hey, you guys, like for her Instagram contest, it was like you have to like her page and As You Wish Pottery and, some other stuff. But then she would post it on her story, her followers would see it, come over to us again, and we would post it on our story, and then our people would see it and go give her a follow and check out what she had going on. So it's mutually beneficial for everybody, and it helps both brands. So running a contest with someone who aligns with your brand, someone who does something, sort of like what you do. And Kelly has a national following, so she was able to kind of get some of our products on bigger eyeballs, if you notice what she's working on in the picture. So so that's it for you guys. I was able to get through that super fast. I feel weird because there's no people here, and I miss all of you, and I wish that we were all in a room together and hanging out, and that I could see your beautiful faces and answer your questions in real life. So yeah, I'm down to hang out for a little while longer. If you guys have questions, I'm happy to answer any of them. Let me look back through some of the questions that were just asked. MJ's out here being my comment gal. Appreciate ya. So Jessica asked how we've been in classes for, since COVID. Jessica, I don't know if I can provide the best answer for you on that, because as you guys can see, I don't work in a studio. I haven't been in a studio in a while. I know everyone's socially distancing. But we're offering that people can come into the studio if they want to. So we have a teacher in the studio prepared to teach to customers who come in. And then for some of our classes, specifically just the adult ones that are a little more involved, those are the ones that we're continuing to have virtual. And I think we actually do one kids class a month that's virtual. So our artist goes live, and yeah, if people go to the studio, then they take it in the studio. If they want to take it via video, they can buy a kit and they can take it home and paint it a week later and come back to the video and watch it. So that kind of helps for people who, you know, they're maybe our schedule doesn't work with their schedule. So hopefully that answers your question, Jessica. If not, let me know. Yes, Michaela says, I learned that replies that are less than 4 words don't really count as engagement. So because they know that that's not a real conversation, right? Yeah, that's exactly right. DJ says, thanks. You're welcome, DJ. Thank you for having me. Thank you for celebrating my birthday with me. You guys are awesome. Liz, did you say the targeting on posts in Creator Studio is only towards your followers or cold audiences too? I believe it's only to your people. I believe. Let me know if I'm wrong. Okay, cool. Jessica says that makes sense. All right. Does anyone else have any questions? Anything you guys want to know about? Can be related to this or completely unrelated. Do you do online classes via Zoom? If so, how big of a turnout do you have? So we have not done any. The only thing we've done on Zoom is Girl Scout programs. So, and those have been awesome. And we've had, I think she had, her biggest one was maybe like 75 because we were able to open it up to the United States, and you know, because people can tune in virtually. So the Girl Scouts through Zoom, they had to they purchased just like normal on our website, and then we collected all of the email addresses, and then we sent out the links to the Zoom and had them tune in. That's like more work than I want to do for the painting classes and stuff like that. You know, it just depends on what you want, I guess. If if you're trying to keep it private and you don't want eyeballs on it for free, then yeah, you should probably do Zoom. But we had a really good turnout. I don't know if we would have the same turnout for just like a class. Typically on Facebook, we have like 20 or less viewers, but that's peak viewers too. So again, people will still go back and watch it later and decide if they want to paint it, another time. They can always go back and watch the video. So that makes it a little easier to sell it to the customer too, because they can just go to Facebook. Here's the link. They can just go to Facebook and watch it. I don't want to do online videos of techniques, but may have to. Yeah, honestly, I relate to that. Lulu relates to that a lot too. Lulu is our custom artist, and she's the one that paints everything, and she has been doing nothing but videos. And I see her comment there says brownies on Zoom. It was so fun, and I can assure you that that is a sarcastic comment. But yeah, Lulu has been in front of the camera like a ton since this started, and it's not her favorite thing, and it's just kind of what we have to do. I don't like this either. Like, when they approach me and they're like, do you want to do BITV? I'm like, yeah, of course. I love BI. I'm gonna, I want to do all the things for BI, of course. And then like yesterday, I'm like, it like just occurred to me that everything's virtual, and like I'm gonna be in my office with no people, and it's weird. And so yeah, like doing the video thing is weird, but we got to do what we got to do. It's the way things are for now. And so as long as they are this way, we are going to try and bend and do whatever we can to stay around, So yeah, they're not the most fun, but they could be valuable and it could make a difference in your business for sure. So think about that. Too much work? Agree. Yeah, lots of work. Yeah. It's about reinventing our studios during COVID. We got this. Yes, we got this. I'm not trying to be a downer. Hopefully I'm not being a downer. It's just, there's a lot of work involved, in changing everything. And, I think we're doing a great job and I think we're making it work for sure. So, I'm proud of you guys out there too, who are making the necessary changes and being flexible and doing what you got to do. Like we may not all agree with everything and, it just is what it is. And I'm happy that you guys are still here and you're watching and you're wanting to learn and continue to grow your business and all of that stuff. So, yeah. All right. Well, that's it for me, guys. I am going to sign off now. I am going to go enjoy the rest of my 36th birthday. Gail's asking me a question. I'm going to answer that before I go. Gail says, do you overlay text on video slideshows when posting on Facebook? Some, yes. Sometimes I just can't help it, Gail. Sometimes I'm like, it needs text. We did like our year in review for 2019 and we put a ton of text on that one, and I maybe can like share email or share with you like the stats on that or how that did or whatever, but I thought it was so super cute and I wouldn't have had it any other way. So most of the time no, but on some of them, yeah, it just depends on how I'm feeling creatively. That those are like my ways of getting to be creative. So rule of thumb would probably say not to, but I say yes, do it if you love it and if you want to. So, all right, guys, take care. Have a wonderful day, and hopefully it won't be too long before I see you guys again. Thank you so much.